Hi, we are going to take a look at adding an activity into Moodle 2.2 here. So the activity type we're going to add is an advanced upload of files. When I'm using Moodle for a class, this is the one that I use all the time. So this is we're just going to do a sample here. So sample. So let's talk about a little bit about how to create the actual assignment, and then how students use it. Okay, so if we're creating this activity, basically the assignment name is what's going to appear on the main course page, and then the description is what's going to appear to the student. So these are where all of your instructions go. So it's really important to have for your course to follow the style guide. If there is no style guide, my suggestion for writing on Moodle is this. So follow the style guide. If you don't have a style guide, this is a good suggestion. So introduction, and then you have some kind of introductory text. So you have something like, today we're going to learn about this, this, and this. You might restate your standard or your objective. So that's your introduction. So you have introductory text and standard or objective information. And this should be student. This is going to be read by the student, so it should all be put into text that the student will understand. Okay, then we have our instructions. Okay, so when we're writing for the internet, what we want to be doing is we want to be using bullets or numbering. Okay, so we have so our instructions, you need to put those into steps. Studies have been done that when you read online, you actually retain less than you would on paper. So it's important that you put instructions into clear and easy to follow steps for the student. Okay, and these, you generally want to put these on bullets or numbered, depending on your style guide. So if your style guide says no numbering, no numbering. Okay, so there are your instructions. And finally, the last section that I've found is very, very helpful to students is just a section that tells them exactly what to turn in. So you might give students, 10 instructions here, but they may not necessarily know what to turn in for their grade. So we need to tell them what to turn in for your grade. Okay, so this should be a boiled down, just exactly what to turn in. So upload your completed document below. Also, at the beginning of the year, you're going to need to teach them how to upload their documents in general. Okay, so these are the three main sections of an assignment. Notice we have clear headings in bold, we have text in non-bold, and we have clearly numbered instructions for the student to follow for the assignment. Okay. So let's move on. So once we have our initial set of instructions complete, we want to go ahead down and start doing the options for the assignment. So if I'm creating a lot of this ahead of time, I want to go ahead and disable the due dates. And then I want to prevent late submissions as no. If you enable the due dates, what happens is on the main course page, this will actually display. So as things are coming due, the student will get alerts on their main login page that things are due. So if a lot of teachers, if they have many courses in Moodle and a lot of teachers are putting these due dates in, basically every assignment with a due date will show up on the student's main page, and it will create a very confusing situation for them. Okay, the grade, so we can set how many points are available, and basically we want to just set this at 100 usually. We can also go in and talk about simple direct grading or rubric, and we cover this in a different video actually on grading assignments. So basically simple direct grading or rubric. Grade category, that means which set of scores, so that affects how it will be graded. Say if it's a homework assignment, maybe homework is only 30% of the grade, and of course that's covered in our gradebook setup video. Okay, so advanced upload of files. This is specific to the assignment. So our maximum size, this is per file maximum. So your file maximum is actually the maximum upload size of a file is actually determined by a number of different things on the server. So it's set by your administrator for the entire Moodle system. The administrator, so that's set by the Moodle administrator. That is limited by the actual web server itself, has limitations on how large a file can be when it's uploaded. So this number here, your maximum size that you're allowed to accept as far as a file goes for this assignment, is determined by your Moodle administrator. So that's the person you should contact. Now that's an important number, because the fact that if say you have a PowerPoint with a lot of video or images in it, 5 megabytes isn't going to be nearly enough. If it's a video project, of course, 5 megabytes won't even, it'll be 10 seconds of video. So you really need to be careful with your maximum file size here. Allow delete, you always want to keep this as yes. It's just going to cause a lot of problems. Basically, if it's allow deleting is turned off, the student will not be able to delete their own files. Maximum number of files to upload, so you can have 20 different files, okay, all at 5 megabytes a piece, and this is a limit set by your Moodle administrator. Basically what you can do is you can set it to 1 to 10. These aren't, I generally just leave it at 5 unless I have a reason to increase it. I'm sorry, leave it at 3 unless I have a reason to increase it. Basically you'll see why in just a couple minutes. Allow notes. We just keep this as no. Notes is just a place where a student can put in additional text. Hide description before available due date. That's if you want before available date. So that's if you want to keep the, say you have in your instructions, you have things that the students shouldn't be allowed to know before the date that you assign it. That's where you put that. Email alerts to teachers, that's whenever any student turns anything in, you will get an email. So I suggest leaving this as no. Enable send for marking button. This means that the student basically can upload things and finalize their work before sending it to you for grading. Now this creates an extra layer of complexity for students. I generally turn it off. If you turn it off, basically what happens is the student, just as they upload and create work, basically you can see it the whole time, and then at a certain date you can say, okay, your work's finished and I'm grading it. Send for marking might work if you had a large number of students that you didn't see every day. Okay, so let's go ahead and save and display, and let's go take a look at what the student will actually see. Oops, and this is a common thing here. So basically what this is, you see that this is centered. So this is unreadable text to the student. So let's go back in and we're going to take another look at our content. This is a very common thing. If you're on a server where it centers your text every single time, it's going to be a constant headache for you, because it'll appear as though it's left justified in your view. But it won't be less justified. So basically to fix this, you would highlight all of the text, center it, and then left justify it. Okay, so now when I go ahead and click save and display, you'll see that that centering problem has been fixed. Okay, so this is what the student's going to see when they go ahead and look at the assignment. So they see your introductory text, your instructions, what to turn in for your grade. And then we scroll down, and this is how the student will actually turn things in. So they'll click Upload Files, and then they'll click Add. They'll click Upload a File, Browse, and let's say they just want to upload a single file. And of course I'm just uploading this for a sample. And then the main problem that people have at this point is students and all users think that once they see this, once they've uploaded, sometimes they just go to the add and they just select a single file. So once they've uploaded and they see this, they think that they're finished. In Moodle 2.2, they're not finished. What they have to do is they have to click Save Changes. If you leave this page in the state it is now, it won't save anything. So basically you have to think of this as a preview page of the changes that you want to make. And when you click Save Changes, that's when the changes are actually put into effect on the system. Okay, so let's go down to here. So basically we have our submission, It displays our files here. Let's say the student wanted to go ahead and edit any of these files. They click Edit. So this is a case where the student goes back in and wants to delete a file. We can click on here and click Delete. Okay, so that's a case where the student wants to delete that file. We can go back in and add it back in again. So this is the place where they'd actually control what files they are turning in. So they get to here. Once again, every time they make changes, we want to click Save Changes. So let me give an example of what's going to happen with the students. So they're going to see this. They're going to understand that they need to click Edit Files to change the files they're submitting for the assignment. They're going to go in. They're going to click Delete. They're going to click Yes, and they think that they're done. Okay, so let's see if they are done. So let's go back to our course page. Remember that I've purposely made a mistake here, and basically we did not click Save Changes. So sample files, and notice that when I go back down into the assignment, that the file that I meant to delete is still there. Okay, so the importance of clicking Save Changes can't be overstated. Okay, so I click on the file name or on this icon. I click Delete. I click Yes, and then I must click Save Changes in order to commit those changes in the system. Okay, so that is the multiple file upload. Good luck.